or actually nobody, because no one's in here. Professional Fanatics. Doing a couple Superflex drafts here. Newest addition to Underdog. Those of you that don't know what it is. No season-long commitment. Draft your team. That's it. These are big tournaments. You got to advance after week 14. Let's see what pick I have here. Number 10. Not ideal. Not ideal. The difference between this and your major like best ball manias are you're looking at instead of the third receiver spot, it's 2 receivers, 2 running backs. They're adding a super flex, so you can start 2 quarterbacks. You want to start 2 quarterbacks. Definitely want to roster at least 3, sometimes 4. Little Anthony Richardson action and the 7th round. Can I swear?
Maybe.
No. If you haven't seen the channel, check it out. Do more than football, but it's getting time. It's June 1st, so we're ready to rock. So typically you're going to see about 5 quarterbacks go in a row. First 5 up to Joe Burrow. And then the break is up until Mahomes, who goes around 10. You want to at least have one quarterback in your first 2 picks, 2 in your first 3, or it gets real dicey real fast. Jaden goes ahead of Lamar. Weird. I've probably done about 15 of these Superflex so far. Probably about 35 total. My wife next to me has done, how many have you done? 25 total drafts?
Around there.
I draft most of them, but she goes up to like round 9 now, and then she lets me take over. The biggest thing about these Underdog drafts is roster construction just as much as who you're drafting. I have a chance to get Burrow here, which would be a total steal. Maybe at some point someone will join and actually watch, but this will be posted on the channel later in its totality. God damn it. All right, leave me Mahomes. Oh, it's because I'm not up. Got too excited. Usually, that's not a good sign. I don't like taking Baker. I don't like it. We'll be all right. Just want 1 in my first 2 picks. Wow, this is rough. This is rough. I am just going to kind of go chalk here and take... Well, wow. It said I took Patrick Mahomes, but it's Kyler Murray. So Patrick Mahomes is now a black man. He actually is a black man, though. He's half black.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, black dad and a white mom. Usually it's a blonde. That's just their preference. I'm gonna get canceled before it starts. Oh, man. We're having a good time. We're having fun. So I'm going to go ahead and queue where I'm comfortable taking a 3rd quarterback here with my next pick. I don't like going 3 in a row unless I'm getting 3 elite guys. Yeah, somehow on the Android it takes a second because the picks come up wrong, but then it adjusts. So it's going pretty stock so far. Quarterbacks are actually going off faster than usual. Justin Fields at 21. Usually when I've had the first pick, I've been able to get sometimes Allen, Fields, and Caleb or Brock. There goes Brock. This is an obvious Caleb pick right here. He's stupid not to take him. What up, Kappa, if you're here? Wow, Jared Goff ahead of Caleb Williams. I don't like that. I like to play aggressive. I like to take DK Metcalf. Always a bad decision. Looks great with his shirt off, though, which, let's be honest, what matters, isn't it? Let's see. I can't see who's in here. Ooh, I see two people in here. One of them's Kappa. What's up, buddy? Thought the chats would pop up if they say something, but okay, Puka Nacua. It says Puka Nacua, but it's Drake May. Up in 4 picks. Let's take a look here. It's really hoping to get Drake May. Somehow Caleb Williams is still on the board. There's just no way he's going to make it back to me. I would take Josh Jacobs. The one difference here, compared to your typical like best ball manias, is those are really wide receiver heavy. This, seeing as you can get away with starting only 2 wide receivers or 2 running backs, and then the additional flex. I actually prefer a running back in my flex, so I'm going to push up running backs more. Which a lot of the new people are, I feel like, still drafting wide receivers over running backs, which you want to do in Best Ball Mania, you don't want to do in this. It's only half-point PPR. That hurts. So, do I reach? I think I'm going to take Drake London here. Up in 4 picks. Now I can get whoever falls back. I want one of these 2 guys. Check out the buy situation. It's on my team. At buy 8 and buy 10. So I really want Trevor Lawrence, but I don't like JJ McCarthy. Be a big roll of the dice to not take one here. There goes Lawrence. I'm gonna roll with Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go aggressive here, and my fallback plan, as always, especially in these big tournaments, is Anthony Richardson. Big question mark how many games he plays. It's a risk, but when he plays, I actually just looked it up. He's played 11. I think he's at 11 starts in his NFL career, and he has 10 rushing touchdowns. I guess that's all he can do because he's a 50% passer. But everyone's saying Daniel Jones is so much better than him. He's Daniel Jones. And Anthony Richardson is literally 22 years old. Maybe 23 when the season starts. Bo Nix is already 25. So, I mean, of course Richardson was going to suck. He was 20 years old when he made his debut in the NFL and had like 8 starts in college. So that is not concerning. I don't think they're giving up on him. I wonder what Jim Irsay's death is going to do, because that guy tended to, he was a Jerry Jones type, pulling all the strings. And he did take Anthony Richardson, so I don't know if that's going to make them less tied to Anthony Richardson, but let's be honest. If you're the Colts, if you think you're winning the Super Bowl with Danny Dimes, that's a Mark Sanchez type situation, and they do not have the roster as the Jets did. All right, let's look at the board. Sorry, I'm kind of spacing out, drinking beer. This team has 3 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks. We have a team with 1 quarterback. That's the Lamar team. This team has 1 quarterback. This team has 1 quarterback. Hopefully I don't get shut out here on my 3rd quarterback. The fallback, though, especially if you're playing aggressive, if you do, wait to take your 3rd, is someone like Aaron Rodgers. I just can't see him not playing football this year. He would have just said he was going to retire. Typically, those guys always come back. Brett Favre retired like 9 times. This is getting ugly real fast. Question is, do I go safe and take a Geno Smith, or do I just roll the dice and take Richardson, seeing as he's not a starter? The mighty have fallen. Tyreek Hill. Another big thing here is it's 20 rounds opposed to Best Ball Mania, which is 18. There's one more roster position essentially. So it is much easier to take a 3 quarterback and 3 tight end. So you're usually, I don't like taking 3 tight ends in your normal underdog setup, but this you almost have to. So you can just wait and take 3 plotters that could score a touchdown. Your Kate Ottens, your Dalton Schultzes of the world. Chickakongwo, I'm really into this year. He's really hot right now. All right, we have to do it. Taking Richardson. Says Bryce Young, which is interesting. All right, we're done at quarterback. Maybe take a stab at Kirk Cousins in the 19th round in case he gets traded. Breece Hall still on the board. So let's take a look at the squad. I need one more stud running back is what I need. Hate Breece Hall this year. Not a fan of him, but if he can fall to me here, I'd be relatively happy. Wow, look at that. Tyreek Hill. There goes Sam Darnold. Well, that might be my first or second share of Breece Hall all year. We're liking that. We're liking that. So far, I got Mahomes, Kyler, Anthony Richardson, Drake London at wide receiver, and Josh Jacobs and Breece Hall. That is not a bad team from the 10th spot. I think I want to prioritize someone like Hollywood Brown. I'm not huge into stacking. That's what you're going to hear on all of these things is you have to stack. They make really bad picks just to have the stack. I was just watching Flock before I got on here, and he had Cam Ward, just in a regular one. He had Cam Ward as a second quarterback, and he's taken Tyler Lockett and IMR, the rookie, which I actually kind of like him. But the point is, if you're starting Cam Ward over your starting quarterback those championship weeks, like you're probably not winning the $1 million anyway. So why not go for an upside receiver that could actually be good? Like I don't think there's any world Tyler Lockett has 1,000 yards receiving. I don't think there's any world he has 10 touchdowns. He's cooked. So I'm not gonna overly bank on the stack. If it happens, it happens. But to reach at a stack, I feel like there's going to be teams that have that stack that didn't reach, and you're already behind the 8 ball. If I can pick all the right combination of players, doesn't matter if my quarterback is paired with my receiver. I don't think so. I know historically the stacks win, but last year, yeah, the stack won because you had Jamar Chase, who fell to 8th or 9th overall because the holdout, and you had Joe Burrow, who was like a 5th round pick. This year, it's not the same. You have to take a 4th round pick with Burrow and 1st overall with Chase. And they happened to score like 40 points each that championship week. That was going to win. I get it. I just don't believe in overstacking. Some good picks there. Jamison Williams and Xavier Worthy in the 6th and 7th round. That is... The one spot is super nice. Up in 7 picks. I'd like to get one more running back. They are not sexy right now. Nope. Not going to take any tight end. Consider a couple of these guys. Oh, DK Metcalf. His picture should just be a shirtless selfie. Not the face shot, just his torso. I think that would raise his ADP. Take him 1st overall, dude. All right, up in 2 picks here. Wide receiver Ron. I only have one receiver, so I might go wide receiver here. And then what I like to do with my bench running backs, traditionally in normal draft that isn't, a tournament style best ball, I'm not looking at handcuffs. In this situation, I'm loving the handcuffs. Trey Benson, Rashad White, Ray Davis, especially with the holdout, potential holdout of James Cook. We're going to take my shirtless buddy. Got to do it. Got to do it. Just got to hope Aaron Rodgers signs. I'm pretty sure he will. All right, 3. I'm going to get another banger here at receiver. Or do I go Montgomery? I don't think so. I think I like my 2 running backs. Devontae Smith or Zay Flowers. I'm taking Zay. May not be popular. I believe Zay can break out without an injury. I actually know Devontae Smith will not break out without Goddard or A.J. Brown getting hurt. I guess if Saquon gets hurt, then it would be a different story. Which, if you're listening to the experts, he is getting faded pretty hard. I think it's just an obvious fade that people are making. Correlation of all of his touches, and I get that. And, he is injury prone, but he is built a little different. Not quite like Henry, but, AP did it. I think he's similar to that. I guess he doesn't really get hit a lot because it's a lot of 60-yard touchdowns that he's untouched. Let's go back to the board. Sorry, I'm kind of slacking on that. This guy took Jackson Dart 78th overall. They literally came out a couple weeks ago and said Jackson Dart is not going to start until week 10, and he is on the Giants. That is just a poo-ass pick. That is a second quarterback. What are you doing, bro? Oh, well, he has neighbors, so he has a stack, right? Isn't the stack good, babe? He's got the stack, yeah.
No.
It's a great stack. That guy's team sucks. Took an early tight end. That's why you don't take early tight end. He should have taken Matt Stafford. And his team would look so much better if he didn't have McBride. He had Caleb, Matt Stafford. And then maybe he wouldn't have had to take Jackson Dart. Can I call him Jackson Fart? I'm just going to call him Jackson Fart. Can you grab me a beer?
So there's farts and batches?
Yeah. And Betches. Jack Batch. Can you grab me a beer?
No.
Bartender? Probably grab me 2 because I'm hydrating for these. I'm going to show you the group I love. I have Jordan Mason here, but where it starts getting juicy for me, the guys that have high upside, it starts with Stevenson, Spears, Davis, Benson, Rashad White, Garendo, Algier. Any one of those guys, they're probably all going to have 2 or 3 starts typically, right? Or, they're going to fall into the end zone too. Ray Davis could start the year, with James Cook. And I don't know. Look what happened to Brandon Ayuk last year when he held out, or held in, as they call it. They missed training camp. They get hurt. They don't really like James Cook there. So, Jacoby Pearsall. Ooh. I don't have I do have Mahomes. I don't even know what my team is right now. So I'm going to kind of prioritize Kelsey here. Just because I don't think I'm getting him on the way back because this guy does not have a tight end. We're going to take that stack. That's a stack I like. The value there of Mahomes being the 6th quarterback off the board and Kelsey being tight end 6 as well. Let's not fool ourselves. Travis Kelsey is washed. That is a fact. Now, we had 133 targets last year, though. I think he's going to get at least 100. And I think he's going to have 6 touchdowns. Take Brian Robinson here. Another guy that could fall in the end zone about 10 times. I'll go to the board. And I just want to apologize for my team name for everyone. Kappa, if you're still in this chat, I think you were the one that made this name, Namba President. That does not represent me and what I do. It's an inside joke. I'm not about that. So, actually, I fucking hate pedophiles, and I want to kill them all. My to catch a predator would not be sitting them down in a kitchen. What's going on? Mine would be just beheading them, like terrorist style. I think it'd be a good show. It'd probably get canceled. I think that I hope not, but I think people would be on board with, what it means to kill them, but it's still murder. But they're not really people. So it's like, are they closer to dogs? When you think about it, like, if you run over a dog, you don't get charged with murder. They can't prove you did it intentionally, but is it murder? If I wanted to kill my dog right now, I won't. I love my dog. This is getting dark. But if I wanted to kill my dog right now, I could just tell my neighbor he ran away. There's going to be no one doing research on this, right? I'm just saying, pedophiles are like dogs. No one cares.
I mean, I care about all the dogs.
Yeah, not the you said the pedophile. So it's like, don't, no. This is some good fantasy talk here. It's brought to you as professional fanatics can only bring it to you. We'll get a little serious into this. Stephon Diggs, the boat partier, apparently had some. I guess there's pink cocaine now. He had some pink substance in a baggie with three 1990s style rap like music video girls, and yeah, that was a thing. So they were talking about cutting him, which is just wild. Which I would love. I already love Kyle Williams, but oh man, if that happens, Kyle Williams is going to jump up about 3 or 4 spots in ADP, 3 or 4 rounds. Pardon me. Let's take a look at what we need here. Man, I would take Evan Ingram here. Kind of just be done with tight ends. Love Josh Downs. Love Pittman. Really underrated. And the stacking. As much as I hate stacking, watch me stack my whole team. Because I'm streaming on YouTube, and that's what you have to do. You have to stack. If I went to McDonald's, what would I order? The double stack. This is terrible. This is terrible. But I have 2 people watching, so like, you know, I'm entertaining them. I hope. Is one of them me? I have one person watching and myself. That counts me because I'm looking at my little.
Serious?
I don't know. Should probably figure out who I'm gonna take here. 3-3. I have a nice build right now. Love my quarterbacks. I like my team actually from the 10 spot. I really like this. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Oh, okay, did it for me. I'm taking Josh Downs. Now, looking at Spears. I think Ray Davis or Spears. Jalen Milroe is also a really nice target if you want a 4th quarterback if you waited. I could see him starting week 9. I'm taking Ray Davis. Spears will have more week-to-week value. I mean, I don't even know that because Ray Davis might get some garbage time. They're going to score a lot more touchdowns. So Spears will play more, 40% or so. But give me the league-winning upside there. Now we can go to the board. Emeka Ibuka, I don't understand it. I don't understand where he's going. There's 4 receivers there. In Tampa, I suppose everyone's just assuming Baker's going to have 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns again. I don't know if I necessarily see that. That's the 2nd year in a row he's lost his offensive coordinator, which you can lose 1. Losing 2, that's tough. That is tough. Kappa, if you want to try to make a comment, see if I can see it. Don't know if I can. But, all right. Oh, Cowboys boys. Back to back. Jaden Blue and Javonte Williams. Jaden Blue actually goes ahead of Javonte Williams, which is interesting. Sorry, I'm sending a text right now to a story. How do I see the chat? Let's try to figure that out. This is my first one. There's a lot of stuff on the channel. It's been 4 years, a lot more than just football, but this is my first actual stream. I have done drafts and then posted them, but not actually streaming. And I guess it's the noise right now. A lot of pressure for someone that's not funny or smart or good looking or well endowed. Like I got nothing going for me really. I'm good at picking fantasy football players, and I'm good at complimenting DK Metcalf's physique. So that's like the feather in my cap, something like that. Colson Loveland's black now. Oh, that was Trey Benson. And fuck you for taking Trey Benson, whoever fucking did that. That really grinds my gears. But I have 3 guys here I don't mind getting. And Keon Coleman would be lovely. That would be lovely. Another guy I love, Xavier Legette. Looks great with his shirt off. And, oh, fuck, I was just looking at him. Say it likely would have been dope. What's the buy? 10 buy for my tight ends. Kyle Pitts. Man, I can't quit. I actually have not been drafting a lot of Kyle Pitts. Those that know me, best price he's ever had. Probably the best situation he ever had because they have like blocking guys behind him right now. Although they'll probably still only play him 55% of the snaps because that's wow. Tajay Spears fell all the way back to me. I was going to take him 20 picks ago. That is just a steal. That is a steal. And I could be done at running back, honestly. I could really be done at running back, and I probably should be, although I am such a sucker for handcuffs. They call me the kinky sheriff. Taking a 6th one, would it be beneficial to me? Probably not. Sometimes you have to rein yourself in, especially seeing as this is best ball. But I'm going to go ahead and Dallas Goedert or Kyle Pitts. Do we shoot for the moon? I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever said Kyle Pitts is shooting for the moon. Let's shoot for 4 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts. Although, actually, it's an interesting thing I saw the other day. Let's look at Kyle Pitts here. It's pretty cool. He has his touchdowns have gone up 1 every year. So, does it show it? He had 1 his rookie year, if you remember, and it wasn't even on American soil. It's a London game. He's gone from 1, 2, 3, and then 4 last year. So, 5 touchdowns is actually going to make him a value. So, do the math. Wow, LG, we're still available. All right, we got to get to the board so everyone can see what's going on. Let's check out some of these teams. Let's go to the 12 spot. Baker, McCaffrey, Brown. I kind of dig that team. This Nambla president guy, wow. I actually really do dig this team. Check out this one team here. Allen, Goff, Stafford. It's pretty good. Puka and Kyron. Wow, he's got the ultimate Ram stack. Do like that stretch of Williams, Worthy, and Godwin, Swift, Jonnu, Harris, Kincaid, Shaheed. All right, he's taking my guys. Those are a lot of my guys. Kyle Williams picked 146. That is beautiful. Daniels, Purdy, Tyler Shuck as his. Did I get Anthony Richardson after that? No, I took it. Wow, I took him really high. Hey, I'm going down swinging in this draft. I don't care. Capacity setting. I have to learn how to pop up this chat. There it is. There it is. We're good. We're good. Well, now I'm on. What is going on here? Hannah Jane. It's a good song by Hootie and the Blowfish. Should I just start playing music now? That's a slow draft. So where's my one I'm doing now? There. All right. I'm back on the draft here. So, okay. Welcome to the live chat. I see it all. It's so hard to see, though. It's like hieroglyphics like in the background. I will figure that out, though. God damn it, he took Leggett. I don't like that. Quentin Johnson, my boy. Wandale. No, I keep the chat. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Why? Why does that happen? I gotta figure that out. Sorry, technical difficulty here. At least you're seeing a bomb-ass team with the technical difficulties. Oh, man. Tight ends are getting thin. I have 2. Take a look at the squad again. Kelsey and Pitts. I don't mind that. Now I'm up, and I don't know who I want to take. I hate this. I have to take a receiver. It's kind of a safe play. Wan'Dale Robinson. Somehow Wan'Dale Robinson had 133 targets last year. That is unreal. So typically I don't like taking floor plays in best ball, but I was a little thin at receiver. I can shoot for the moon. That's my 5th. The ideal build here I like to go is 3-6-8-3. I think is perfect. We're going to go ahead and take Will Shipley and end the running backs. I think he could have some really nice weeks if there's an injury to Saquon. I think he could fall in a few times in some blowouts. So that's it for our backs. I am pretty much taking one tight end and then the rest wide receivers. It's 20 rounds. Oh, that's a mistake. I should have taken one of these tight ends. I did not think that they were that close. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll fall back to me. Let us try queuing some of my favorite guys. I have a few guys, late receivers, that I have everywhere right now. Yoshivash, 6 touchdowns last year. I think he's the 3. If it's not him, it's Jermaine Burton, who is undrafted. I sometimes take both of them. But Jermaine Burton is a knucklehead that misses practices. Not in the coaching staff does not like him. So he's an explosive player. I think he might be more in line to step in if there was an injury. But I think Yoshi's role of, the old, the hell was his name? The old slot guy they had, Tyler Boyd. The Tyler Boyd role is pretty nice. They tend to get 5, 6, 7 touchdowns, occasional big games. Yoshi, I also read, put on some muscle, which, you love those reports, those random reports of who knows if it's true. I also heard Ben Simmons is practicing his threes. To start taking more threes for like 5 straight years, and Ben Simmons made 1 3-pointer in his career. Now he actually doesn't even want to go to the free throw line. So, those are those 2 months before the season reports that mean absolutely nothing. Beat reporters trying to put out some shit. Oh, I love that. I wish I was a beat reporter. Man. DK Metcalf currently is prescribed to some Viagra. Oh, whoa. That's my beat report. I'd be fired in a fucking heartbeat. Dimey Brown, I love that. He is the 3, with Travis Hunter being the 2 in Jacksonville, but we don't know how much. They paid him a decent amount, and they released Gabe Davis. We don't know how much Hunter's going to play defense. If he's playing half the snaps on defense, there's no way in hell he's playing over 70% in the NFL. I think it'd be 50-50. First of all, little tiny dude, but he didn't have a touchdown last year. But Jordan Whittington is great, but I think he comps to Puka Nacua so much that he is more of the fill-in if he gets hurt. Tutu is going to have his wide receiver 3 role with Devontae Adams coming in. You're looking at double coverage. You're going to have to double one or both of him and Puka. Tutu Atwell is going to line up in the slot and just run go routes all year. And he's going to get 1 or 2 shots a game, and I just need him to hit 4 deep balls all year, and he's going to be my lineup 4 times. Because they're going to be 70-yard deep balls. I think... Ooh, Dalton Schultz still available. See, I'm getting lucky here. These guys that I'm mad I miss on come all the way back. There goes my tight ends. That's all I need. Now I'm going to just finish this baby up with 3 receivers of my choosing. I love Roman Wilson. He is going to be the number 2, and I think a lot of people forget that Roman Wilson was a 2nd-round pick last year for the Steelers. So let's take a look at the team. If you're just joining us, if you're tuning in late, quarterback's pretty solid. Love the running back room. Brian Robinson's a nice 3, steady 3, and then 3 handcuffs. Receivers are a little weak, but I think they're going to make do because I'm going to have so many of them. Question is, do I take Yoshi or Keenan? Yoshi or Keenan? I should take Keenan for the upside. I just don't know if he plays, when he plays, where he plays. Now we have to really hope to get Tutu Atwell. And that would be awesome. Now we start seeing some people make some very interesting picks. Jerome Ford, what a waste of a pick. They just drafted 2 running backs this year. And they're god-awful trash, as in the team. So, way to burn a pick, bro. This guy's running back room is real bad. Hampton, Henderson, Pacheco, I guess that's okay, and then just nothing. Kareem Hunt's actually better than the Ford pick. All right. 2 rounds left. Anxious to see my projection. I'll probably be projected for third lowest. They project the teams, especially in the regular best balls. If you draft like 4 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends and like 3 running backs, they will project your team high for some reason. Even though the onesie positions you can only start one. I suppose a tight end can start at flex, but you don't want to do that. I don't understand. It's like the worst projections I've ever seen. So it's one of those where Yahoo's kind of similar for redraft. You want to be projected low because that's usually a good sign because whoever they think is going to do good, I don't know what they factor in for projections. Are they factoring in bye weeks? Obviously not injuries. I saw a guy in a regular draft a couple days ago projected the highest amount, and his one tight end was Jatavion Sanders, maybe, Carolina tight end. No backup tight end, and a guy that's probably going to average 5 points a game. That's going to give you a nothing, and if Sanders gets hurt, you're going to play the whole year without a 0 as your tight end. And this was a tournament. Like, there's just no way you're winning. He took like 10 receivers. Just what is that 9th or 10th receiver going to give you when you could have just taken a Dalton Schultz or someone that's going to have 5 touchdowns, make your lineup 5 or 6 times? Just silliness. That's why I just keep on doing these, because I just see so many mistakes, and just whether the player is right or not, I'm not debating that because that's all opinion. None of us really know. But I do know roster construction, and that is a losing strategy. You can't do that. Drafting 4 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback best ball is also a losing strategy. It's like if you draft an early guy, you need 2. Take Jalen Hurts or Lamar, and then just take, a JJ McCarthy, and you're fine. Do not take 4. That 4th guy is going to make your lineup once, and if he does, he's going to outscore Jalen Hurts by 2 points. So that pick was worth 2 points. If this guy takes Tutu Atwell, I am going to freak. I like to leave every draft with my guy. 19th round, too. Just really love that. Yes. Yes, and I love that. Expected to see increased snaps. Sean McVay talking him up. I am going to queue up. Look at this man. Jermaine Burton, wide receiver 103. That is the perfect dart throw. Didn't see the field last year much. I mean, just maybe show up to some meetings. That's step 1. But hey, if your guy's problem is showing up to meetings, you can see that it's a good thing or a bad thing, because that can be corrected pretty easy. Just, get a wake-up call guy, or just don't party too much. You're going to Roman Wilson here. And that's a wrap on this squad. Let's take a look. Superflex again. His decent quarterbacks. I really like the running back room. A lot of upside there. A lot of receivers. Not really a lot of high-end guys, but good enough. And then I kind of like the tight end room. I think you got a steady guy. You have an upside play, and then you have Dalton Schultz, who is going to catch 5 touchdowns. One would think. Just want to see this projection, or do I not want to wait? I kind of like seeing it, so we're going to go look at the board while we wait. J.K. Dobbins is a pretty nice pick. I think Nick Chubb is as well. He took both of them. This guy took both of them, so he must have really waited at running back. He has Barkley, Mixon, Javonte, Braylon Allen. Yeah, hey, so one of them needs to sign. He'll be good. As long as they don't sign with the Browns. Nick Chubb looked so bad last year. It's a Cap, I know. It's your boy. Chubb for Chubb. Chubby for Chubb. Get this last pick in. Let's see what the projections are. I'm almost going to guarantee you I have like the 3rd lowest, even though like at least my roster construction, the numbers are exactly what you want. 3, 6, 8, 3. This guy's got 5 quarterbacks. This guy officially has 5 quarterbacks, and he took Josh Allen. See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Why are you taking Malik Willis, bro? Mason Rudolph, okay, maybe. Stop there. Why are you taking Malik Willis? And he has 4 tight ends. That guy will have a high projection. I guarantee it. I will find him. Oh, wow, 3,000. This guy that has 5 quarterbacks does it look like this team right here? There it is. How he's even projected 2,900 points is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I kind of like his running backs. I mean, but this is a third stringer in LA. That is the backup in possibly the backup in New Orleans rookie. I guess he did well with his limited position players he has. One more time, go up to the roster. We'll do another one of these puppies. Get it? It is actually the puppy. I would like to figure out this chat situation, but these are my slow drafts. I've got a lot of shit going on right now. I didn't want to start this early because it is June 1st, but I've been loving the values, and I got into these super flexes early before the ADP really caught up. And man, it was great. People really doing some dumb shit. Pop in one more of these guys. I've done 18 of them already. Only $5. I think it's 100 grand at first. I'm fine with give me a 16th place. I'll take like 2 grand. I'll take 2 grand. Wouldn't you take 2 grand? Fill up my gas tank a few times. We buy some blow. Before this starts, so I have the chat here. But every time I click on the chat, it takes me to YouTube, which I don't like. I'm Amish, man. I mean, you see my hat? Like, just Amish. See? Hannah Jane. Again, good song. I put it on and it copyrighted. That's really stupid. That's stupid. You're stupid. All right. Sorry about this. I guess I'll have to figure out the chat another day. I'm sorry to the two people, mostly Kappa, who's trying to talk to me here. Which one is it? Which one is it? Here, it's not filled yet. All right, I'm going to try to stick to the board on this one here so you can see it, kind of how it's shaking out. I would love a top 5 pick here. I would love it. I would really love it. Get a different perspective. I've gotten pretty lucky. Oh, Jesus. I had 10 last time, so I have 9. Okay, might be a similar team. I got to say, I did like the last build, so... And I am warming to Mahomes. I know, I mean, he fucked my ass really hard last year. I thought he was a value. I think he was going quarterback 4 last year, quarterback 5, and it was like, I know this is more geared towards the rushers, the scramblers, but I mean, he's known to have 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns, at least 200, 300 yards. So his rushing actually wasn't the problem. 302. It's just his passing numbers are just every year. 39. How do you not have 4,000 yards? He played 17 games. Mahomes, what are you doing? Andy Reid, what are you doing? They didn't have any running backs last year. They're giving the ball to Kareem Hunt. But, I mean, I guess he had no receivers. So we'll see. The receiver room looks strong. I mean, healthy Hollywood Brown, which might last 3 weeks this year instead of preseason. Xavier Worthy, second year in. He was impressive. She Rice, depending on that situation. I do like the receiver room. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up that. And I will take Jamar Chase. If he falls, Bijan and Saquon. And the queue is set. So, last one went pretty chalk for the most part. I've seen some guys at the 9, 10, 11, 12 range go position player, which is just, you are setting yourself up at the mercy of everyone else. If the quarterback run goes, you are stuck with Sam Darnold as like your starting quarterback. All right. So there's the top 5. And usually it'll go at least 2 position players here. It'll be Jamar Chase and Saquon. Saquon there. So Jamar Chase will definitely go here. And now I just hope Mahomes falls. Because if not, I might take Bijan. I don't mind the running back. Hey. God damn it. All right. Play with fire a little bit here. Take Bijan. I just don't believe in Baker as much as everyone else. He scares me a little bit more. Although it's, it should be the other way around. You shouldn't be scared of Baker. You should be scared of Mahomes. But I just seen it before. Coming off a career year, his touchdown percentage was like 7 or 8%. That's almost twice as high as his career mark. And I know he's a new man and love the offense, love all that. I get it, but maybe their defense won't be total poo this year. Yeah, he set career highs in literally every category: rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, completion percentage, average yards per attempt, just you name it. That being said, if I get him in this pick, I'm going to jump for joy. And I am going to get Kyler or Baker. Give it to me now. Is that ludicrous? I'm not a rapper, so not really a rap lover. Hey, look at that. See, sometimes things are just falling in your lap. I was about to take Baker in the first round. I've been a good boy. Being a good boy helps. For a week, I've been a good boy. I plan to be a good boy for the next 40 years. I'm assuming I'm not going to live past 77. If I do, then if I make it to see 78, I'm going to do so much coke at 78 that I'm just going to die. But be a good death. Chris Farley-esque death, like go to the was it the Hancock? It's going to die in the Hancock. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'll live stream that for you guys in 40 years. If any of you guys are still watching, maybe the channel would have blown up by now, just be an old man, the Hancock with a hooker. Super fun. Super, super fun. Wow. Caleb Williams. See, this is whack. Caleb, I usually can get at the 2-3 turn at pick 24. Goes at 18, but yet Baker, who has an ADP of like 11, goes at 16. That is some wild, wacky, and wild stuff going on here. I always love the team. See, this team did not take a quarterback. So he has Saquon and Ashton Genty. He might be stuck with the scraps. So I'm going to just queue up the quarterbacks I'm comfortable taking. What is the buy of Baker Mayfield's 9? So is Justin Fields, but there's no way Fields is getting back to us. We're going to go up to this point. It's a 33rd pick. I'll take up to Drake May. Okay. Because I need a quarterback. One in the next 2 rounds, 100%, and then I can get Richardson again. I'm a big fan of, because you don't need 3. I mean, technically, on the bye weeks you do, but there's no buys in the, when you advance to the playoffs. So 2 is fine if you take 2. I need 3 just to insulate myself and, for the big week for the third guy popping off. Richardson is that perfect target, although you might not get him the weeks that you have buys for your quarterbacks. Week 9, you don't know if he's starting. But when he's starting, I mean, I feel the same way about Justin Fields. Like, I feel a little better about Fields because I know he's going to play. But they are locked and loaded quarterback ones in this format. It's 4 for a passing touchdown. It's 25 yards per point. It's no bonuses. You want your guy that can get 8 to 10 rushing touchdowns. You want your guy that can have a 100-yard rushing game. That is a cheat code in fantasy, especially in this format. Wow, there is a lot of quarterbacks still left. A lot of running backs are gone. Huh. And I already have my running back. I'm good. I got an elite running back. Yeah, I'll take Brock Purdy. That's pretty awesome. Way after ADP, right? 25. Getting these guys on value. Up in 6 picks. Man, I'm going to take any one of these guys. I feel like these quarterbacks are about to go real fast. And the nice thing about getting your third guy in this situation where it's not quite necessary is anybody after me that has one quarterback and there's a lot of them. Almost every one of these teams all these teams have one quarterback. They are going to have to reach so high. And the idea, I'm not trying to necessarily beat all these guys because that doesn't really get me in the money. But it's going to open up the running back position, the wide receiver position, the next couple rounds for me because these are going to be guys reaching on Sam Darnold at pick 50 when he should go closer to 70 when I got the value at the quarterbacks. So this guy's got 1. He's got to take 1. Samol here has 1. He's got to take 1. These guys all have 1 quarterback. So I expect both of these guys to go quarterback. And I have 3 guys on my board. Make sure the buys match up. 9 and 14. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And he took J.J. McCarthy, who was way below those guys. Whew, man. Stroud or Love? I'm going to take Love because I have a lot more Stroud. That's a real close one. I believe in the Texans defense. I think it's a really elite unit that is probably going to limit Stroud's upside a little more than Love's, although I like Stroud the player better. So our quarterback situation is great. I think I'm fine unless I can get like Aaron Rodgers in like the 14th round just to have a fourth, but I don't necessarily think I need one. So now we're looking to fill this running back slot. I'm just going to put my Q. You know what? Fuck the Q. Fuck the police. As I keep on queuing. Jesus. Oh, man. I've only had a couple beers, actually. I didn't even have a margarita. I went to Mexican food. Did not get a margarita. I wanted to stay fresh, you know. I think I'm pretty fresh. I like this guy's team a lot. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Caleb Williams, and Drake May. That's some upside quarterbacks there. One of those guys is definitely going to pop and be a top 6 guy. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Wish I could figure how to do this chat. And I'm going to have to figure that out another day because it keeps on taking me to Hannah Jane on the YouTube, which I should just play that song and end the video. I think that's what I'm going to do when it's over. I'm going to play you a second of that and hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. It's like 3-second increments depending on what the song is. Sometimes I catch it in like 2 seconds. Other times you can play like a 5-minute clip. I know Bono, definitely. That dude, you can't play any U2. He actually shows up at your house. And I think Metallica was like that. Like the old, remember Napster? Where they were like suing people like Lance Armstrong style for downloading their music. Greedy bastards. Bryce Young going at 50. That is, see, now they're starting to dry up. Some of these guys actually haven't. Like, this guy still only has one quarterback. I mean, I get it. He's got Josh Allen, so as long as he can just get any scrub, but he's at 72. Sometimes Anthony Richardson goes before that most of the time. So he's going to be banking on Tyler Shuck or Russell Wilson or piecemealing it together. I don't like doing that because there's still really good players on the board around 97 and 120 where he's going to have to take those guys. I would have just taken Bryce Young. And then you're fine. And then you can take, instead of having to take 2 scrubs, Bryce Young is equal to 2 scrubs, if that makes sense. Used to just be 1 scrub. I think he's okay now. And then you can fill in those positions later. He's just playing with fire there. And he had a good start. St. Brown, Taylor, St. Brown, McBride. Again, that's why you don't go early tight end, folks, because he took Trey McBride at 48. That was an unnecessary pick. Keep Kyron. Well, I'm up. T. Higgins. I'm just going to keep on taking values. Not a fan of T. Higgins. But I'm going to take the other backups late. And I'm cool with that. I'm going to just queue up some players here. I like all these guys. Hampton, Mixon, Harvey. Take a gander at tight end, but I am not taking one. Nope, not going to take any tight end at ADP. That's the rule. If you can get one about 8 picks after, where I think Trey McBride's ADP is right around 48 in this format, as in Superflex, like you just don't do it. You can pair 3 guys together that will equal a stud, depending on how the weeks fall. That's the one thing I've realized too recently in Underdog is it's half PPR, and Trey McBride doesn't catch touchdowns. I really don't think Brock Bowers is going to be a touchdown guy. He had 5 last year, but he had 105 catches. Trey McBride had like 110 catches and 1 touchdown. And I think he recovered one in the end zone. But they're not differentiating themselves as much because they don't get the touchdowns. Rasheed Rice or Joe Mixon. Man, Rasheed Rice fell. I'm going to take him. I have no shares of Rasheed Rice, but I can't talk. Rasheed Rice. I'm fine with that. Wish I had Mahomes there, but I like the receivers later. But I'm just gonna take handcuff fucking City, upside City. All right, we're gonna go to the board. I know I promised that, and I just haven't done it. I need to get it on a computer where you can see the whole screen. But hey, man, I'm working with what I got. All right. The production value is not the best, but I feel like the content, it's funny, it's decent. You're seeing some good teams, and that's all that matters, right? And I'm wearing this hat, this really cool hat. I like it. It's a gift to me by a dear friend. Not my style traditionally, but once I put it on, it's like the mask. I'm like Jim Carrey. I'm just never taking it off. Like a different person in this hat. I don't rob banks, but I should. I don't think you can get away with robbing banks anymore. I think your best bet is to like do some type of like, stealing someone's identity. It's probably better. I think you can get away with that, especially if you live in like Nigeria. As like the Nigerian prince thing that apparently still works on people, which is just hilarious. I think generally it's like 75-year-old women. This Nigerian prince really needs, he needs your money. So better give it to him. Although he's a prince, so why would a Nigerian prince need money? Isn't he rich? Are princes rich? No, princesses are rich. That's the new thing. I've never heard of the Nigerian princess. So maybe if anyone that's watching wants to like start a business with me, I guess we're kind of giving away our plan. We're probably gonna get arrested, but we can be Nigerian princesses. And transitioning is huge these days. So we just or just wear a wig and cross dress it, and then we can actually just go to someone's door and just say we're a Nigerian princess. Maybe we can start it on Halloween and just test run it, see what happens. I don't think they're gonna give us any candy. For me, I have a gut, so I just say I'm a pregnant Nigerian princess. I'm going to queue up all these receivers. Okay, that one is not queuing. Come on, Zay Flowers. Up in 2 picks, huh? I have 1 running back. Sam Laporta, that's ahead of ADP. 1 more quarterbacks left. That son of a bitch took DK Metcalf. You sack of shit. I'm going to just keep on this taking guys way after their ADP kind of thing. Just take what the board gives me. Actually, probably take both of them. So I'm not touching tight end. I do like me some Caleb Johnson. That is a name. If you haven't really been doing any research or, didn't pay attention to the draft or just, I know it's early. You got a couple months, but Caleb Johnson. Najee Harris has been averaging almost 300 touches a year, and he is just a guy. Caleb Johnson is definitely a better player at this stage, at least better runner. I don't know, his receiving chops aren't quite. Najee's pretty good receiver for his size, but Caleb Johnson is locked and loaded for 240 minimum touches, and he's a better player at this RB26. God damn it. That son of a bitch. He just took him. I was talking him up. I will play catch up at running back and take 6 straight if I have to. I am not showing the board at all. I suck. Come on, give me Waddle. Be done taking receivers for a while. Another guy after ADP. Now we're just going to queue up all of these sons of bitches. I hope I can get Jordan Mason or Scattaboo. Okay, my queuing sucks. Go to the board, see what's happening here. This guy's got Herbert and Richardson. Oh, and Bo Nix. All right. That's solid. Dak, Darnold, and Russ. That is trash. That is absolute trash. Mahomes, Kyler, and Stroud. That's similar to my Baker, Brock, and Love. Let's see what the rest of his team looks like. Bucky, James Cook, Devontae Adams, DK, and Laporta. Compared to my Bijan, and that's it, because I have 4 receivers. I think I actually like that guy's team better, but can he maintain this level of drafting? Because I don't know if he can. There's 20 rounds of these puppies. Said it again. It's the puppy draft. Caleb, Drake, May. He only has 2 quarterbacks. I don't like rolling with just 2 quarterbacks. You're missing on buy potential. You wanted to get a quarterback in that Superflex every week, ideally. And that Travis Hunter pick, man. Don't know why people are taking him as high as they. We don't even know his role. I know he is a very good player, but you do not get points for tackles or interceptions in most fantasy leagues, and he's going to get some of those. The likelihood of getting hurt is pretty high in general in the NFL, but now you're putting a guy on defense that's a receiver that's 190 pounds. I am not a fan of that. Soft tissue stuff, 100%. But I'm thinking also roll an ankle, boom, break a leg. Although somehow Devonta Smith has never broken a leg, and that dude has the tiniest legs. I can't believe it. I don't want to predict it because that's a little scary and mean because I have broke my leg really badly. I don't want that to happen, but it would be good for AJ Brown. And I fucking hate the Eagles, so yeah, fuck the Eagles. A lot of good receivers still. Probably should have taken a running back earlier. Jerry Jeudy is just going so late in these drafts. I know he could have 3 or 4 quarterbacks throughout the year, which is going to be tough, but I mean, I don't think there's any way he doesn't get 140 targets if he stays healthy. They're going to be losing almost every game. Up in 1 pick. Give me Jordan Mason. Do not take Jordan Mason. Do not take Jordan Mason. Those of you that don't know, Jordan Mason has moved on from the Niners. Actually, the Vikings traded for him, and he's been talked up as their goal line back. Thank you very much. And I don't think Aaron Jones is very good anymore. I know his numbers were good last year. He is a dinosaur. I think they're going to use him more as a third down back, more sparingly. They need to save him anyway if they're going to be competing. And it's Jordan Mason's time, folks. I think it's a 50-50 timeshare when he's getting the high value touches. He's a better pass blocker. And he's getting the goal line work in a pretty good offense. I think they're going to run the ball a lot more in Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy, because that's what J.J. McCarthy's always done, right? Every team he's ever been on. I don't trust him to throw. Fuck, someone took Kelsey. Now, I should have taken him. Not like I have Mahomes, though. Not that I care about the stack anyway. I'm thinking I might roll with one more receiver and then just wait to the last round to take a couple of receivers and just rock running backs and tight ends. Because I see a pretty fall break here. Shakir, Ayuk are nice, Mooney. After that, it's much more dart throws where I really believe in Pearsall, and Debo is still Debo. I can see him getting... Here's a question. Debo or Pearsall? By week 12... Let's go Debo. For those blow-up weeks, those long touchdowns. As much as I love Ricky Pearsall. Now we are strictly going tight end and running back for probably the next 5 rounds. I need to come out of this team. Has to be a possibly 7. I think I could probably pull it off with just 6 running backs if I can get lead handcuffs for my 5 and 6. We'll see. I know there's teams that are catching up at wide receiver. There goes Pearsall. Look at some of these teams here. Let's see the number 1 team. Did they take a quarterback yet? Yeah, see, they have Tyler Shuck. Yuck. That's and Olave. Hey, they got that awesome stack, brah. I just don't know why you didn't take one earlier. I mean, it's Superflex, man. I get you want to be bold and take your position players, but you got to start as many quarterbacks as you can start running backs and wide receivers. You know, there's some weeks you're only going to start 2 receivers. Gotta prioritize that. Jonnu at 117, pretty good value. Brandon Ayuk is going to be an interesting, he's one of those definitely swing players this year. When he comes back, how healthy is he? But they're paying him a fuckload of money, and he just pretty much spit in their face last year by holding in, coming in out of shape, and then tearing his ACL. Like, that's the hat trick right there. And I never thought he was as good as his numbers, as his efficiency would say, because he was playing alongside Debo with Kyle Shanahan and all that. But I don't think he's a true number one. But I mean, there is no Debo there anymore. I think Juwan Jennings is just a guy. I love Pearsall, but he's a slot guy. You could be an alpha, and also the fact that if Kittle gets hurt, which he's been known to do from time to time, the party boat master, Stephon Diggs. I love the good old party boats. Actually, made me think of the time when Le'Veon Bell was sitting out that year, and there was a picture of him in the jet ski, super fat, like looking like me out there, trying to like hold out for more money. Probably weighing like 260, just smiling. Pretty great. I mean, something I would totally do. So it kind of sounds good. Let's do that right now. Taking Stevenson. I need a guy that's going to have a little bit more work than these other guys. Man, I can salvage this running back room. I need to get 3 guys inside of 4 of the Will Shipley tier. Rico Dowdle would be a good 6. Algier would be a fine 5, especially because I have Bijan. I love Trey Benson. I think he's going to have more work than Ray Davis. That is my guy. James Conner is officially a dinosaur. Finally played the whole season. I think he only missed 1 or 2 games. But they took Trey Benson, don't forget, in the second round in 2024. And as I wasn't a big fan of him coming out, he was a little stiff as a runner, but he's 220, he's fast, decent hands, and there is no one by. It's like Eddie DeMarcado and like Michael Wilson. That son of a bitch. Damn it. See, you just spend 30 seconds doing a monologue on a guy, and then he just gets snatched up. But I'll just take Ray Davis. I'm fine. I have so many shares of Benson. I'm probably at 40 or 50%. I just can't stop drafting that guy. I think he's going to have a good role regardless of injury. I think he's worked himself up to at least like a 33 or 35% snap share. And I don't know, if you're the Cardinals, you really want to give James Conner all those carries anyway? He's going to break. We're filling out the running back room nicely. I've kind of just... I need to make up the running back. I'll make up tight end later. I do love Dalton Kincaid this year. He has been a disappointment. Really bad. Look at his numbers here. It's been rough. Last year he got hurt and came back and was not healthy. Also had that awful drop that cost them the game against the Chiefs. But they didn't add anything in the receiving room. I mean, you got Keon Coleman, you got Khalil Shakir. They brought in Palmer, I guess, from the Chargers, but that's replacing essentially Amari Cooper. Dalton Kincaid has every opportunity in the world this year. I don't know if they still have whoever their backup tight end they had forever was, Dawson Knox, but he's a year older. They were sharing time a lot. I think it's Kincaid's time. They spent a first-round pick on this guy. And that's my one worry about Colson Loveland is, like, I've watched Dalton Kincaid play now 3 years. Or has this been 2 years? 2 years, and it's been bad. He looks like just a guy. And the problem with Kincaid coming out that I didn't like was his yak. You know, like George Kittle and even Kelsey in his prime. You get him the ball, and they're going to get you an extra 20 yards. And Dalton Kincaid was never that guy. And Colson Loveland just literally catches the ball and falls down. Yes, he's 6'6" and 250, whatever. Decent blocker because he played at Michigan. But if you're not going to be dynamic, like spending the 10th overall pick on Loveland, and in the case of Kincaid, I think he was 24th overall, it's just too high. Tight ends take too long to develop. Kyle Pitts is still developing, folks. What's insane about Kyle Pitts is I believe he's still only 25 years old. So we're going to be talking about Kyle Pitts in like 2032, and he's going to be like 32. And I'm still waiting for that breakout season. I'm still waiting. I can't wait. Actually, I probably can't wait because I'm going to have to keep on waiting. Now these running backs are really getting thin. These sons of bitches. Stop it. There they go. There goes Fergie. One of my peepees last year. 0 touchdowns last year for Ferguson. I cannot believe that. And there goes Kincaid. Well, it looks like I don't even have a fucking tight end, do I? Jeez, I'm crepes. But I have to take another running back here. I have 4, but it's weak. It's a weak room. What do I roll the dice? Let's see what they have. This guy's got 2 running backs. He's picking twice after I pick. He's taking Garendo. Oh, I was going to take Likely. Damn it. A little luckier last draft, but I'm going to take Garendo. I could actually call it a day at running back, but I would take Algier if he's there. I need... Oh, God. Taking Kyle Pitts as your number 1 tight end in a best ball or in anything is quite scary. They might take Kyle Pitts in both these drafts in the stream. That is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. No! I do a little Kyle Pitts thing gets taken. Dallas Goedert's probably a safer bet for... Okay, now I can't take Algier because he's gone. Kind of slept on my receiver because I would have loved to take Kyle Williams where he was taken 151. Fuck my ass. But I really like my receivers. Debo's my 5. I can get away with like 6 receivers in the team if I want to. Dalton Schultz, super overdrafted there. I'm pretty sure I got him in like the 16th round in the earlier draft. So that's fine if they want to do that. Give me some Goddard. Take a look at the squad and the board after this pick. And fuck my ass, there goes Dallas Goedert. Gross. So I'm forced to take Brenton Strange here. I really don't mind it. I'm just an unproven guy. Offense should be better there in Jacksonville. I'm going to queue up Rico Dowdle and Roshan. And that's about it. But I'll take it running back. My tight end room is going to be dog shit. Straight trash. One of the most overdrafted guys I see this year, and I don't know if it's a stack of Bo Nix, is Marvin Mims. And Marvin Mims is a 30% snap player, 40% snap player. I know he got some work out of the backfield last year. That's because their running back room is trash, and they brought in RJ Harvey now, which that probably won't happen. But if you remember, Marvin Mims had a 34-point week in the championship week for best ball or redraft, whatever, and he won a lot of people money. Like, that is awful strategy if you're going to just bank it on. That's such a recency bias. Like, yes, he had one good week. Congratulations. I also remember Gabe Davis having 4 touchdowns in the actual AFC Championship game and lighting the world on fire, and just now he's out of a job. He doesn't have a team. So, 1 week, man. Come on. He's getting drafted ahead of proven dudes. Christian Kirk, Quentin Johnson, Josh Palmer, Cedric Tillman, Wan'Dale Robinson, 130 targets last year. Adam Thielen, don't like him, but better than him. Michael Wilson, Hopkins, Mario Douglas, Darius Slayton. This Marvin Mims stuff, it's a fucking mess. I don't have a single share. I will not take him just on principle. 129 ADP, and that's in a Superflex. He goes like inside the top 100 in your typical underdog drafts. That is just wild. And they brought in another receiver and the running back, but they brought in I forget his name, but he was like a 4th-round pick. Here goes Christian Kirk. See, that's a good pick. With the slot receiver in Houston this year, I like that pick. Jack Betch. Xavier Legette. Man, that is my boy. Mini DK Metcalf right there. I was going to do a third one, but not many people are watching, and I want to drink some more, and I got to figure out the logistics of this a little bit so I can get in the chat, and maybe I can try it on my laptop. I don't know. It's an older laptop. A lot of semen on the keyboard, which kind of sucks when you're picking because it gets stuck. A little sticky. I think I can rock Cedric Tillman. Big fan of him. He is a number 2 this year. His numbers are terrible. Is Dowdle available? Nope. We're taking Tillman. I think I'm just going to take one more receiver, like in the last round. It's going to be Tutu Atwell, hopefully. And I need 3. I don't like taking 4 tight ends. I definitely need 3, so I need 1 here. I got Strange. I need to take some safe guys here. Kate Otten would be beautiful. You know, give me 4, 5, 6 touchdowns. What did he have last year? I thought he had more than 4 touchdowns. That's disappointing. But he's going to be on the field. I think I have Baker. I do have Baker. So that's... See, I don't think the stack. It's not really a thing for me. If it happens, it happens. He's the best available player. I like Okonkwo more, but I need someone that's going to be safer as my tight end too. I need that. Come on, baby. This guy's already got, Dallas Goddard. That can't be his first tight end. Yeah, Hawkinson and Goddard. Do not take a third one right here. This guy's got Hunter Henry, Kyle Pitts, and Travis Kelce. If you take a fourth tight end, I will slit your fucking throat. That would be awful. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I guess I'll take Okonkwo. Whatever. And he didn't. We will take Kate Otten. It's ahead of ADP, which I don't like to do, but all right. That's how the team's looking. I'll just actually click on the team. So far, I like the quarterbacks. Not a lot of rushing upside with these quarterbacks, but they're not offering nothing. They got a bunch of low-end 1, high-end 2s there. I think they're going to pair together nicely. Bijan, Mason, Stevenson, Ray Davis, and Garendo. I could end it there or take a flyer on a Nick Chubb type that's a free agent and hope he signs somewhere decent. Or just roll with that. The receiver room is weird. I don't draft a lot of these guys typically, but I feel like if you look at the ADP, T. Higgins, 9 picks after, Rashee Rice, 9 picks after, Devontae Smith, 4 after, Jalen Waddle, 2 after, Debo, 12 after, Tillman, 5 after. So I'm getting value on pretty much every one of these players besides the running backs I had to reach on a little bit. And the tight ends, I feel like I had to reach on a little bit. That was my bad. But even the quarterbacks, they're all after their ADP, the whole team. And that's a strategy. If you're uncertain, one way, you know, in the finals and the championship and the playoffs and all that shit, you're facing every different combination of these players. So the better value you can get them at, nobody knows. Also, no one knows who's going to get hurt. So the better value you're going to get on these players, you're just setting yourself up. You know, if somebody has a similar team to you, but they had taken all those guys 1 round earlier, you're just having an extra player in there. And that's a numbers game. And that's fantasy, right? You want to just it's like playing the stock market. You want to give yourself every chance you can, every advantage you can, because he's not a very good player. I just love the situation. I thought he was going to be the number 2 target on the team. And that's on me. I was so certain. I was all about him. How did that work out for me? So, as much as I love taking my guys, we don't know. I got booted out of this one. Which one is it? It's this one. Pat Bryant was the Denver guy they brought in that they love. So just another guy in that receiver room to take from Marvin Mims, who is a gadget player going inside the top 100. Okonkwo is still available, folks. Fuck, I shouldn't say that because this guy's about to take Okonkwo. He didn't. He took another one. He took, Elijah Arroyo, which I actually do like. Rookie out of Miami, who is Cam Ward's favorite target. One of them, at least. He is a monster. I think they're trying to say he's going to fill the DK Metcalf role, which is pretty crazy praise for a rookie tight end. But he does look good with his shirt off, so like that's kind of a big deal, I think. If we can get Chick here, this makes a team. Honestly, this makes a team because after this, it falls off, and I might even consider taking a Noah Gray, which is in a weird way, a tight end handcuff that actually can perform. You know, he does okay. Oh my God, we got Chick. From the 9 and 10 slot, which is not good in these 2 drafts, I am loving these teams. You're always behind the 8 ball here with these picks with quarterback. I think our tight end room's fine. I think it's fine. We have Brenton Strange, Cade Otton, and Chick. I mean, those guys are all going to be on the field 80% of the time. Cade is going to be touchdown dependent. Chick can make some big plays, and Brenton Strange is more of a PPR guy. But that offense should be better. I like those 3. So now I have 3 picks left. Do I sprinkle in a running back? And who would the running back be? I think we wait and try to take Yoshi Someone took Tutu Atwell. Is it? What? No! That's a genius pick. This guy's good. And then he follows it with MBS. Well, that's a bad pick. Oh, that hurts my soul. Sometimes I've been getting him in the 19th or 20th round, but that guy is savvy, I have to say. That's a savvy pick. That's one guy I do know about because I know he's going to hit like 4 or 5 huge plays this year. I'm going to take Yoshi here, get a piece of that Bengals passing game, and I'm going to pair it with one more running back, high upside guy, whether it's Nick Chubb, Blake Corum, who everyone has given up on. They think that this rookie, Jarquez Hunter here, who is more of a scat back, yes, he's going to probably eat into the workload of Kyren Williams. And I don't know if Blake Corum even has a role, kind of like last year, early in the year, he had nothing. But if there's an injury to Kyren Williams, Jarquez Hunter does not have the profile to be the every down back. Blake Corum is a Kyren clone. I will tell you this day. I think that Blake Corum is a way better player than Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams is just a fucking guy. And Blake Corum goes. So that's happened a lot. But you heard it here first. Blake Corum is still the handcuff there, and I think he is a league winner still. I'm going to be taking him everywhere. And last year, it was a 9th round pick in redraft, sometimes 10th round, maybe 11th. This year, he is going undrafted. So he is the last round lottery ticket, especially if you're doing early redrafts with, a preseason game left or 3 weeks left. I remember the year that, was it Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, and it was maybe the same practice or 2 days later, they both tore their ACL. And it was the last practice before the season. It was the Friday. It was after, I think, the opening game. It was a Friday practice before the Sunday game, which is usually a walkthrough with no pads. They both tore their ACL, and I remember I had shares of them everywhere. And I wanted to cry. I was like, the season hasn't even started yet, and I just lost 2 guys I had everywhere. So that can happen. So early redrafts, always just don't take a defense, don't take a kicker. Take your upside handcuffs, because there is a better than 1% chance, which could just be 2%, but I don't care. I like those odds that you're going to get a starting running back, possibly an RB2 for free. And if you need the roster spot for a defense, you just drop them. So all that aside, do I take Woody Marks? Because I don't know about the Nick Chubb thing. He would be the backup, I believe, to Joe Mixon. And Joe Mixon has a lot of tread. A lot of tread. I don't care about this last receiver. So we are going to rock Woody Marks. I think that's the play here. And the last pick coming up is probably going to be Roman Wilson. Or Burton. Actually, Adonai Mitchell should not be there right now. But I don't have Anthony Richardson, so crazy. Adonai Mitchell was a early 2nd round pick last year, and he's similar to Jermaine Burton. He just hasn't been heard from. Again, project kind of guy, knucklehead, lazy. I don't know if I want to use that word, but not a hard worker like Ricky Pearsall. I don't know if you get that joke, but get in the workroom, man. Come on, study, do some studying. We are going to take Roman Wilson for this last pick. Look at the squad here. It'll be a 3-6-8-3 build. I think that's the same exact build. That's the ideal build in these Superflex drafts. No need to take 4 at either position. I'd rather take 4 quarterbacks if I was going to do that. But that's why you wait on wide receiver and you just take 8. Take some high upside guys that can make big plays or guys that could carve out a role. Roman Wilson was a 2nd round pick last year. Tore his ACL in preseason, I believe. He's the number 2 there as far as I know. I don't know who the quarterback is and how much they're going to throw. I don't give a shit. Because I like number 2s in any offense in the 20th round as your 8th receiver. So, all right, I'm going to sign off. I don't even want to look at the projections because they are stupid. I don't believe in them. Take a look one more time at the squad. Tight end's a little weak, but I got 3 formidable dudes. Wide receiver values all throughout here, considering I waited. Kind of like that room. Running backs are very top-heavy, but some upside there, and I love the quarterbacks. I got 3 steady quarterback 1/2s. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon. I'm gonna figure out the chat for next time and some other things. Maybe I'll do it on a computer like a normal human, but I am Amish and I am wearing this hat.